Walking side by side with Luke, Alex can only focus on one thing. Should she let him hold her hand? As they stroll, she brushes hair from her eyes and gives him a wry smile, barely registering whatever he's been talking about. "Don't you think so, Alex?" Luke asks with a smile. Panic sets in as he waits for her reply. "Yeah, sure," she answers with a nod. Luke gives her a suspect look. "So you believe in aliens too?" "Aliens?" Alex shrieks, quickly looking away. She fiddles with her hair before adding, I guess it's possible?" Luke's face lights up. "Awesome! Most girls get so bored of this conversation. I'm so happy I'm able to talk openly with you." Luke lifts his glasses up his nose. "I don't think they look like little green men or anything like that." He turns to look at Alex, and she blushes. "What do you think they look like?" "Like cats?" Alex answers truthfully, knowing she's half alien to this world. "Cats?" Yeah," Alex stammers, catching Luke's curious expression. I don't think they look like Earth cats. Maybe they walk on two legs or something?" "Cats?" Luke asks again, chuckling at the idea. "I suppose it's very possible. I was reading an article the other day suggesting that aliens already walk among us. Wouldn't that be super cool?" Luke then points at a little old lady walking across the street. "Wouldn't it be funny if she was secretly one of your cat people aliens, Alex?" Yeah, Alex laughs nervously before adding, "Maybe her real name is Whiskers, or, I don't know, Meow Meow Von Purrington?" "Von Purrington," Luke giggles, putting his arm around Alex's side in the process. He then pulls Alex close to whisper in her ear, "Do you think she's like the queen? Maybe her security is following right behind us." Alex's cheeks erupt in warmth as she feels her body react to Luke's touch, his soft voice so close to her ear that it makes her heart skip a beat. "Behind us?" she echoes. They lock eyes for a brief second before dramatically whipping their heads around. An elderly gentleman shuffles along behind them at a snail's pace. They stifle their giggles. "Best keep our mouths shut," Luke whispers, "or Sir Von Purrington might pounce on us." The pair share a genuine moment of joy. Watching Luke's face light up as she laughs along makes Alex feel at ease. She really does like him. But then a thought sneaks in. Why weren't they friends back when she was a boy? Would she have felt this way about him then? Would she have been attracted to him? The question lingers, unfamiliar and confusing. But before she can chase it further, Alex's phone starts buzzing in the back pocket of her jeans. Sorry, she mutters, reaching for it. She glances at the screen and frowns. "It's my mom." "You can answer it," Luke says, ruffling his fringe. "I don't mind." Alex stares down at the screen. The last thing she needs is a long conversation with her mom. It's not like she doesn't know Alex is out on a date this afternoon. She let her borrow her clothes for it, after all. Declining the call, Alex puts the phone back into her pocket. "She can wait. I'm out with you right now." "I honestly don't mind," Luke says before his face scrunches up and he lets out a mighty sneeze. "Sorry about that," he says, reaching for a handkerchief. "There must be cats around here or something. I'm allergic." Alex glances around. There's not a single cat in sight. Confused at first, her heart suddenly sinks. Could it be her Grimalkin blood? But he's never sneezed around her before. Why now? "Huh," Luke laughs, stuffing his handkerchief back in his pocket. "Maybe that old man behind us really is an alien cat. Huh, Alex?" Suddenly, Alex's phone begins to vibrate again. Biting her bottom lip in frustration, Alex checks the caller to find it's her mom for a second time. She glares at the screen and declines the call. Ugh, she's so annoying. "Tell me about it," Luke agrees with a soft smile. "I told my mom I was going on a date with you after school, and she's not stopped asking questions about you." Luke then proceeds to chuckle, but Alex's expression is frozen stiff, and her cheeks burn bright. So it is a date! Luke then sneezes once again. "Wow," he grumbles, wiping at his nose. "There must be a really big cat around here. My allergies are only like this when I'm basically stuck in the room with one." About to laugh off Luke's statement, Alex's phone rings for a third time. Getting quite worked up, Alex doesn't even bother to look at the caller ID. She just declines and slides the phone into her back pocket. "Are you sure you don't want to just check everything's okay, Alex?" he says between several sneezes. "If she's anything like my mom, she's probably just after an update on whether we're getting married or not." Alex frantically shakes her head. Nope, everything's totally fine. Let's just talk about something else." But the word married rattles around inside her head. If they got married, that would make her a wife. A strange, unfamiliar feeling bubbles up in her chest, one she can't quite name. The silence stretches a touch too long. Desperate to fill it, Alex blurts out the first thing that comes to mind. What soccer team do you support?" Luke grins. "I support my legs." He pauses for dramatic effect. "Because they support me." Alex groans. "Wow, that was painful." Luke shrugs. "Hey, at least my jokes have legs." He then proceeds to also blurt out a change of subject. "So, Alex, why is it you're not part of the cheerleading team?" Alex's face scrunches up. "The cheerleading team?" Alex questions, not hiding her disdain for the question. Luke reacts to the tone in her voice. "Not something you're interested in, huh?" "Have you met Marissa?" Alex quips. "Plus, I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those skimpy little outfits." Alex shivers a little at the idea and looks down at herself. I'm not a miniskirt kind of girl. The thought of being Luke's wife pops back into the forefront of her mind, completely uninvited. It teases her with oddly domestic visions, cooking him dinner, folding his tidy whities, maybe even nagging him about leaving his socks on the floor. "Shame. I think you'd look super cute," Luke says, bumping shoulders. Biting her bottom lip, a strange warmth spreads through her body. You think so?" Alex stammers, her voice betraying her. Luke doesn't answer. He just flashes her a playful grin. As their eyes meet, Alex feels a flutter in her chest, a warmth she doesn't quite know what to do with. Without thinking, she gives him a gentle bump with her hip, like a shy nudge of affection. "Thanks for saying I'm cute," she murmurs, her cheeks turning pink. Then, once again, the moment is interrupted. Alex's phone buzzes. She quickly pulls it from her pocket and sees her father's name flashing on the screen. Without a second thought, she declines the call and with a huff, switches the phone to silent. "Sorry," Alex slightly chuckles. Looking down at the floor, Luke rubs the back of his head, suddenly looking flustered. "So, would you ever wear a cheerleader costume, Alex?" The moment the words leave his mouth, his eyes widen in horror. He immediately looks up to gauge Alex's reaction, but before she can even respond, his face goes bright red. Forget I said that," he blurts out, frantically waving his arms like he's trying to physically erase the question from existence. Alex isn't exactly thrilled about the idea of wearing a cheerleader outfit, but she does like the way Luke is getting all flustered over it. Once again, her body reacts in ways she doesn't quite understand, a giddy warmth bubbling up inside her. Laughing softly at his embarrassment, she leans in close, pressing herself against him as they walk. Then, tucking her long hair behind her ears, she whispers playfully, "I will, if you will." She pulls back just in time to see his face turn an even deeper shade of red. Luke then proceeds to sneeze, and because it happens so quickly, he sneezes down Alex's jacket. Still reeling from Alex's comments, Luke gets all flustered and starts apologizing profusely. "It's okay," Alex giggles, stopping Luke from fussing. "Sorry," Luke sighs. "Do you have cats at home?" Alex looks away for a split second. "Yeah, kind of," she admits only half of the truth. Luke wipes his nose. "That explains it." "Sorry," Alex says with a wry smile. The awkward moment between them is soon broken. Once again, a phone starts ringing. At first, Alex thinks it's hers, so she takes her phone from her pocket. Although she's got several missed calls and message notifications, it's not her phone. She then looks at Luke. He's holding his phone. He studies it for a moment before sliding it back into his pocket. "Was that your mom?" Alex asks. "Actually, no," Luke replies with slight confusion on his face. "It was my dad." "Your dad?" Alex asks curiously, reacting to the strange look on his face. "Is that bad?" No," Luke replies, looking suspiciously up and down the street. "He works for the police. He never usually calls me." Luke then takes in just how many emergency service vehicles he's noticed drive past. "Something's wrong?" Alex asks, starting to worry. Luke shakes his head and gives Alex a warm, reassuring smile. I'm sure everything's fine. He's probably just desperate to hear how our date's going. Mom probably made him call. Oh, Alex giggles softly, a rosy blush dusting her cheeks. She tucks a strand of hair behind her ear before looking at him with a shy smile. Well, how is our date going? She asks, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Luke's face lights up, and he looks down at Alex's hand. Slowly, he clutches her hand to hold it tight. Alex's heart flutters as she feels a spark between them. Let's just say this, Luke whispers. I'll be searching for the male cheerleader outfit later.
Thank you so very much for watching and making it all the way to the very end. If you've enjoyed the content, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where members get early access to all our content.